Hello everyone, welcome to Eckhart Yoga. My name is Aki Akiomori. Today we're going to do a short class on Supta Padangustasana. Supta Padangustasana is the one you lie down on your back. Either you use a belt or hold the end and the big toe with your the fingers and extending the leg. But we're going to use the belt today. So my emphasis is it's a very slow way of working, something I had developed over the time, to somehow differentiating your leg from the torso. So there's a clarity at the hip and how the leg and the pelvis work together and how the core is going to support in this pose. And hence, because it's differentiated, it can be reintegrated back into the torso. I'm talking about the leg. So instead of just leg is up there as a superficial form, you know, often your leg is up in the air, you're pulled this way, that way. I always describe it a bit like untrained dog on a lead in the park, because your leg is not connecting to the core. So when I say integration, that means the connection of the leg back into the center and the connecting the center back into the leg. Okay? So we're going to begin, have a belt nearby, but we're not going to use it straight away, but have it close to you. And you're going to lie on your back with your knees bent in the semi-supine pose or semi-supine pose or constructed rest pose. Let's just take a moment here for your weight to go down. So that means you need to pay attention that you can actually feel your own weight going down to the ground. Relaxing your face. So you can feel the weight of your pelvis, weight of the rest of the torso, feet about hip width and parallel and comfortable. And the weight of your head is also going down. And then bring attention to the abdomen. You can have your hands here or you don't have to, but sometimes it's just nice to have a gentle resting of the hands on your lower abdomen. And I'd like you to imagine each time when you breathe out, your belly, the weight of your belly also falls down towards the back belly. So I repeat, as you breathe out, the weight of your belly falls down towards the back belly. Not much visible movement, but there is a real felt sense of the weight of the belly going down. It's like a hammock, so it goes down and it's spread wide. And then that gives you an idea, not as a concept, but the felt sense of behind the belly, back belly, which is behind the organs, but the front of the spine, that sort of back belly feel. And after the next exhalation, when you're ready, let the belly fall down. And then let your right knee come up. There's a feeling of the gentle kind of scooping up of the leg. So sometimes I see when you lift your leg, the belly bulge up. I'm deliberately doing this. So you're not using the right parts of the body to even lift the leg. So if you don't get this part right, the rest is going to suffer. So feeling of the belly falling down. And there's a scooping up action that just lift the leg. Now, I'd like you to keep your, I'm going to work on the right leg, so refer to it as the right leg. Keeping your right thigh about perpendicular to the hips. And I'd like you to take time here. And just really feeling and the thigh is falling back down into the hip joint. Again, there is a definite felt sense. Combining with the awareness of the back belly. And taking a time here. And then when you're ready, we're going to gently float the foot. You don't have to straighten your leg. I said the float. Sometimes in classes I watch people just so much in a hurry, just move so quickly. But I said the float. So I'm aware, as I lift my right foot, I'm allowing the weight of your leg to really fall down. The weight, so emptying. So your right leg is becoming empty of its weight. And in order for the weight to be emptied, the weight has to go somewhere. And I'd like you to imagine that the weight of your right leg is filling your pelvis. And also probably the left foot. We're going to take a moment, just allow the foot to become emptier and emptier. So at this point, your foot might be down here. And then just notice if your weight's still going down to the ground and also the spine remain really soft in a neutral condition, your spine. And you're just going to bend the knee again. And then placing a hand or hands on your right knee. And then as you inhale, let your knee gently move away from you, giving the belly a bit of space. And as you breathe out, feel the belly falls down towards the back belly. Tail lifts, and you bring your knee closer in. There's a feeling of the hollowness in the groin. And inhale, knee away. And exhale, belly falls down, groin becomes hollow. And then the knee comes closer. Continue a couple of more times. Let your breath be the guide. So you're following the breath's pace. Arms stretched out as your knee goes away. Knee comes close. So when your knee comes really close, there's a feeling more of the flat. You're becoming really flat and deep inside of you rather than anything is kind of squashed and squeezed in the groin. Now this time, just letting your foot float up, your weight emptying, your right leg weight emptying, and then you get the belt. You can hook the belt over your foot. But as you can possibly, as you can see maybe in the screen, and the first encounter of the belt and the foot is very light because your leg is floating by itself, whether your knee is bent or not. I'm going to hold the belt separately with the two hands. And be careful not getting the white knuckles. You don't need to work so hard. Your leg is doing the work by itself for you. Okay? So weight's falling down. And then slowly beginning to add the pressure between the foot and the leg. And as you do this, see if you can follow this image. Let the skin of the soles of your feet open up. So there's a proper meeting between the two surfaces, belt and the foot. And every now and again coming back the sense of the back belly, soft spine. And as you extend your leg towards straight, not necessarily straight knee, I'd like you to imagine your lower leg bones, the shin bone, are becoming longer. So lengthening from its center towards the ankle and then towards the knee joint. And a thigh bone also extending towards the knee and towards the hip joint. Sending the impulse from the belt through the leg back into hip joint and then sending into your center. So I'm pretty having an easy time. You can flexing your foot further in towards you, and you can reaching your heel up, reaching your sit bone down to lengthen through the back. That's just additional something. But whatever you do, keeping your spine soft, don't allow the weight of the back of the body to not go down to the ground. So your weight remain going down to the ground. And you can extend the other leg straight. Releasing the front of your thigh, but just relaxing your thigh temporarily. And then just keep coming back, the sense of the back belly here, behind the belly. So then both sides, the groin becoming hollow. I hardly feel the stretch in the back of the leg. I'm kind of experiencing the lengthening rather. And if you like, you can take your belt with your right hand and then taking a leg out to the side too. Sending energy back in to the center. So the key to this is once the leg is integrated, wherever the leg is in space, it's weightless. So people say, oh, keeping the pelvis in place, don't allow the pelvis to roll. You have to do that kind of effort because your leg is not integrated. It's not connecting to the center. If the leg is integrated, it can be anywhere, really, pretty much, because it's weightless. The weight is filling the pelvis. And then gently releasing the belt from the leg, bending your knee, and then move on to the other side. So a slightly lengthy sequence, and it takes time, but in each stage, see if you can give yourself a chance to really feel the weight falling down and the leg falling down back into the hip joints, and the feeling of the bones are elongating, and the feeling of the joint space opening, feeling of the skin of the soles of your feet opening, and the feeling of the energy, the impulse coming back into the hip joint, into the center of the body, just all of this. And then it becomes really a rich practice. It's a very simple but not hurried, rich practice. Whatever you do, keeping your spine soft and then neutral, that would be the giveaway. You feel the spine is tense, your weight is uprooted even through the back body. Keep the weight down. Spine soft and neutral. Enjoy. Thank you.